pray for scientific crowd control protocols should be followed statutory in all states of India's religious, cultural, sports and political gathering to prevent stampede deaths of citizens and makes the joint responsibility of crowd management by state and organizers in India. This article published in Hindu English daily newspaper on 5th and 6th from Chennai edition. On September 27th, a political rally by actor and Tamilaga Vetri Kalagam founder Vijay in Tamil Nadu, Karur district ended in a fatal crowd crush in which 41 people were killed. Many of the 41 people who died were young adults aged 18 to 30. The tragedy, believed to be the first of its kind in a political rally in India, drew nationwide attention. As soon as news of it broke, President Draupadi Murmu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi and leaders of various political parties expressed grief and shock over the tragedy. Even the opposition leader Edappadi Palaniswamy of the AIADMK addressed a meeting here 2 days earlier without any incident. The first information report FIR registered by the Karur Town Police on September 27th says Vijay arrival was deliberately delayed so more people could come to the rally. It says the police warned TVK leaders of the cadre's behavior, but their warning were not heeded. It also says that while the organizers had started the 10,000 people would come, more than 25,000 people turned up at the rally. The people who waited in large numbers for several hours without food, water and medical assistance became fatigued due to the heat and crowding, which consequently led to crush, resulting in multiple deaths, the FIR adds. The police deployment was in a ratio of 1:20 police public ratio. As the crowd swelled, more policemen were called in from the neighboring districts. For the people of Velusamipuram, where incident occurred, houses and textile shops can be found on both sides of the roads. The rally has left deep scars. Many residents insist that the disaster was neither accidental nor unforeseeable and that it was the outcome of poor planning and official neglect. Many believe that the timing of the rally was poor. Saturday evening is when textile workers collect their wages in Karur. There is already some rush at that time. Residents also allege that they had little access to basic needs, especially drinking water. At the national level, the Bureau of Police Research and Development published its most recent comprehensive guidelines on crowd control and mass gathering management in June 2025. These guidelines intended for police and other law enforcement agencies emphasize scientific crowd management practices. The National Disaster Management Authority has maintained its managing crowd at events and venues of mass gathering guide since 2020 alongside suggestive framework for crowd management plans. These documents recommend advanced risk assessment, detailed site layout plans, predetermined ingress and egress routes, real-time monitoring and communication protocols. The National Institute of Disaster Management has run training modules to handle large congregation as part of its capacity building programs. After the crowd crushed at a New Delhi railway station in February, the Indian Railways updated its manual for around 60 stations with high footfall by introducing holding areas, better dispersal zones, and crowd monitoring, among others. These measures are mostly advisory, however, and not statutory. Following a deadly stampede outside M. Chinnasamy Stadium in Bangalore in June 2025, the Karnataka government tabled the crowd control managing crowd at events and venues of mass gathering bill 2025. The instrument covers political rallies, conferences, cultural programs, and other events and fixes responsibility on organizers. It also empowers a district magistrate to cancel or redirect events, regulate the use of loudspeakers, and impose fines and imprisonment for violations. The Uttar Pradesh State Disaster Management Authority issued the guidelines for managing crowd at events of mass gathering 2023, a document that formalizes measures for religious and cultural events. The Gujarat Institute of Disaster Management prepared training materials that include technical instruction on calculating site capacity, planning exit, training volunteers, and ensuring first aid and fire safety. After a stampede at Mansa Devi temple in Haridwar in July, the Uttarakhand government ordered safety arrangements at major temples to be updated and directed authorities to remove encroachment around shrines. The Maharashtra government introduced a bill in 2025 empowering the Nasik Trimbakeswar Kumbh Mela authority to authorize temporary township and bypass certain urban planning norms so that facilities can be created for large gathering. Local enforcement agencies have supplemented these steps with operating protocols. After the Bangalore incident, for instance, the Karnataka police circulated a new standard operating procedure to control crowds at public functions and details responsibilities for coordination between departments, medical preparedness, and fire safety. In many districts across states, the police have also directed organizers of large religious or political gathering to prepare crowd management plans, limit crowd size, deploy medical teams, set up temporary barricades, and divert routes. These orders are still only administrative and are not backed by law. Most state level initiatives have also been introduced after specific accidents. The Uttarakhand directives followed the Haridwar stampede, Tamil Nadu announcement after the Karur rally deaths, the Karnataka bill after the stadium incident, and the Maharashtra bill after incident related to the Pragyaraj Kumbh Mela. According to prevailing scientific wisdom, safety navigating a crowd depends on controlling its density and sidestepping hazardous flow patterns. Modeling studies have shown that the risk of a deadly crush escalates when crowd density approaches 5% per square meter. Since cameras and drones linked to computers on the ground can continuously monitor crowd density, not using such technologies to manage crowds is seen as shortcoming. Bible talks about scientific crowd control measures by statutory in all states of India. In Acts chapter 19 verse 29 and 32 and Acts chapter 23 verse 10. And in the whole city was filled with confusion, and some therefore cried one thing and some another, for the assembly was confused, and the more part knew not wherefore they were come together. And when there arose a great dissension, the chief captain, fearing lest Paul should have been pulled in pieces of them, commanded the soldiers to go down and to take him by force from among them to bring him into the castle. Amen.